Welcome back. I'm Robert with Open Lane Funding in Spokane Valley. Today I'm bringing it home with a full deep dive on the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene market with the freshest data available, plus a regulatory countdown every local investor absolutely needs to hear. Let's get into it. The Spokane Association of Realtors just released April 2026 data on May 5th, and here is what the numbers tell us. Closed sales are up 9.8% year over year. That's 525 transactions in April versus 478 a year ago. That is real transaction volume. Pending sales are up even stronger at 14.3% year over year. That is 765 pending in April. That forward looking demand indicator tells you that buyers are active right now. But here's a big but. Here is the tension. Median sold price has dropped to $420,000, which is down 2.8% from a year ago. And more importantly, that is a deepening decline. In March, the year over year was only negative 0.7%. So prices are dipping while transactions are rising. This is creating a classic environment where buyers have leverage if they negotiate properly. Active inventory is also up 19.5% year over year. For the resale segment specifically, and, and now this is also excluding condos and new construction, active inventory is up 24.2%. If you are a buyer, that is your negotiating position. The new construction in Spokane tells us also a different story. The median new construction sold price fell to $434,300. That is down 7.2% year over year. Builders are cutting prices aggressively to move inventory. Nationally, the new median just hit its lowest point in 5 years at $387,400. Spokane builders are following that same playbook. On the de-stress early warning side, potential short sales in Spokane doubled year over year, and that's four versus two. Bank owned properties are also doubled, four versus two. And these are small absolute numbers, but they're paired with the Washington State bank owned property count that's up 115% year over year. This is a trend line worth watching very closely. Year to date, Spokane has logged 1,680 closed sales, which is up 6.7% from the same period a year ago. The market has activity, but it just doesn't have the price strength right now. Now, let me shift over to the Coeur d'Alene and Kootenai County area because something significant is happening there. The most recent official data from March shows Kootenai County's median at 400 or $545,000, and that's down just 0.2% year over year. Coeur d'Alene specifically was at 562,500, which is actually up 12.5%. But here is the new number that actually matters. As of May 4th, countywide active listings have jumped up approximately to 1,900 from 700 on the April 3rd. Okay, that is nearly tripling of the active inventory in just 30 days of the spring selling season. Now, in terms of submarkets, Post Falls is running around $518,000 with a 26 days on market. Hayden is around $505,000 with 21 days. Hayden's average sales price is reported to be $764,900, with 28% of those being cash buyers. That cash buyer percentage reflects institutional and investor activity in the premium segment. For fix and flip investors in North Idaho specifically, the sudden inventory surge changes your hold period assumptions. You have more competition now at your exit than you modeled 3 months ago. And so you need to plan your timeline and your pricing accordingly. Now, I'm going to give you the regulatory update that nobody else is talking about for the Spokane and Pacific Northwest. These are, and these deadlines, they're getting really close. So, first, Spokane eviction diversion ordinance goes into effect June 1st. That is only 14 days from today. Under the ordinance, landlords must go through a 30-day diversion process before filing for non payment eviction. This adds at minimum 30 days to your eviction timeline for any non payment situation. If you own Spokane rental properties, update your lease agreements and property management procedures now. Your cash flow underwriting for any Spokane DSCR loan needs to account for these extended vacancy when tenant stops paying. This is also a great spot to grab stop loss payment for your insurance policies. Increase it. General, DSCR loans require 6 months, of those stop loss payments. So if tenant stops paying, you have coverage. It might be a good time to stop increasing that to, maybe 12 months. Your premium will go up, but you're going to be sitting in a better spot. The Washington State Senate Bill 6026 takes effect June 11th. This is the more exciting one, and it's only 24 days away. This law requires all Washington cities with more than 30,000 people to allow residential development by right in commercial and mixed use zoned areas. Cities can no longer require ground floor commercial as a condition of the permit approval. For value add investors buying commercial corridor properties in Spokane, this is actually a great opportunity. You can develop residential by right where you could not before. Third, Senate bills 13 Idaho Senate bills 1352 and 1354 are already signed and in effect. So, for Coeur d'Alene and Post Falls Hayden investors, accelerated dwelling unit construction is now a guaranteed by right use. And homeowner associations cannot restrict accessory dwelling units. Square footage caps are removed, and cities now permit high density starter homes in 12 units per acre on 1,400 square foot lots. That means value add development opportunities in North Idaho that did not exist before are now here. Now, and here's your teaser action plan for this week. Step one, if you own Spokane rental properties, act before June 1st. You need to review your leases, your property management procedures, and your eviction process. If I can get that out, it's a Monday, right? How much caffeine have I had this morning? Probably about a cup and a half. The ordinance adds 30 days minimum to any non-payment situation. Step two, if you are evaluating a commercial corridor acquisition in Spokane, run the numbers on a residential conversion or development. Senate Bill 6026 opens that door by right in just 24 days. Step three, for North Idaho investors, the accessory dwelling unit law creates an immediate value add play on properties with enough land. A legal accessory dwelling unit can significantly change the debt service coverage ratio on any underwriting math. Step four, the Kootenai inventory surge means your acquisition pricing window may be opening, but price your holds conservatively. More inventory means longer days on market at exit. So coming up this week, this is what I got going on. So on Tuesday, I'm going to go a little bit deeper on the Spokane with local data breakdowns. On Wednesday, we tackle rental demand and vacancy trends nationally and what they mean for DSCR underwriting. Thursday is full regulatory deep dive. And there we go, another Monday mix up. And Friday, I'm closing out with the hottest and coldest national markets rankings, uh, w- plus your complete 2 week investor action plan. I'm Robert with Open Lane Funding. Reach out anytime. Links are in the description, and I'll see everyone on Tuesday. Thank you.